Next, let's explore an example that illustrates the early efforts in the establishment of heritage in England. Alfriston Clergy House is a Grade II listed building constructed around 1400 during the medieval period. It represents a wheeled and hall house, a distinctive type of vernacular timber-framed hall house from that era. Originally, it served as the residence for the parish priest of the nearby St. Andrew's Church, which dates back to the 13th century. Over the years, the house underwent several phases of transformation until it gradually fell into disrepair after the 1850s, when it ceased to function as the official vicarage. In 1879, permission was granted to demolish the clergy house. However, it was saved thanks to the efforts of the newly appointed vicar, Revised Frederick William Bain, who alerted the Society for the Protection of Ancient Buildings (SPAB) about the house's significance. In 1896, the Alfriston Clergy House was rescued from destruction by the National Trust, which had been established in 1894 to safeguard places of historic interest or natural beauty. This acquisition marked the National Trust's first acquisition of a historical building. The house was considered a rare surviving example of a wheeled and timber-framed house, characterized by an oak frame filled with interwoven strips of chestnut or oak, and covered with daub and limewash. Heritage involves the selective use of the past in the present for envisioning the future. How is the past selectively utilized to serve present purposes? Examining the example of Alfriston Clergy House provides insight. Initially in 1879, there were plans to demolish the house. However, by 1896 perspectives had notably shifted, with a recognition of preserving it as a historically and architecturally significant building. What prompted this change? It was not solely a re-evaluation of its merits, but was also influenced by late 19th century societal needs. During this period, industrialization and capitalism were rapidly expanding. William Morris repeatedly cautioned against their destructive impacts on England's architecture and landscapes. He emphasized the importance of conserving ancient buildings as sacred monuments to the nation's growth and hope. The founders of the National Trust, Octavia Hill, Robert Hunter, and Hardwicke Rawnsley, shared a vision of protecting special places to ensure their preservation for everyone for all time. They recognized that rapid industrialization posed a significant threat to both cultural heritage and natural landscapes in England. In fact, the National Trust proclaimed that Alfriston Clergy House was the first building saved forever for the nation by the organization. While there were countless vernacular buildings throughout the country, the National Trust selectively recognized Alfriston Clergy House for its aesthetic, artistic, and historical value. By acknowledging these distinctive qualities, the institution designated the building as worthy of built heritage status and further ascribed national significance as being meaningful for both contemporary and future generations of people in England. Heritage indeed can be understood as a selective and strategic process of utilizing aspects of the past to serve present purposes.